Hello, I am back. I'm making these videos kind of close together. I never just want to make a video, not saying that I never will, but I never just want to make a video just for content. I usually want it to be something that comes pretty naturally that I've either been thinking about or that kind of sparks some interest of mine that I can share with you all, because I want this space to just be like we're sitting down getting a cup of coffee together. I don't know what it will end up turning into, but I think some spaces just seem very like forced content or so put together that it's like not relatable or whatever. But if you were to get coffee with me, we would probably be here in the house, if not at a coffee shop, with the kids doing their thing and us just talking about life and processing things together. I've said it before, but I'm definitely an external processor, so this is also kind of a space that I just go to externally process things. But I wanted to get on here, and now I've like forgot because I'm rabbit trailed. But I wanted to get on here because I'm in a book study at my church, and in the book study we're going over in the book study we are going over The Four Loves by C.S. Lewis, and we went over Eros. I think that's what it is, like romantic sexual love, last week. And as we were going over that, one of the ladies made a comment that, and I've heard it so many times. I will say this every single video. I'm going to be like, I've heard it so many times, but it finally just clicked. But that's how things work for me. But she was talking about, in a marriage, we don't give 50-50. Because if we gave 50-50, what happens if one person, isn't doing their 20%, or it's not like a measurement of like, okay, we meet each other halfway type of thing. It's 100-100. And I've heard that so many times, but she was alluding to the fact that we need to view it as 100-100 because we don't need to look at what the other person isn't doing. Instead, we need to focus on what we need to be doing. And that just absolutely blew my mind. Most of my marriage, which we've only been married going on 3 years, but most of my marriage, I have always looked at what my husband needs to be doing and what he's not doing. And just kind of, nitpicking him in that way and nagging him in that way. And like, my list of like, okay, here are all of your obligations. Why are you not doing whatever? And all the while, I'm sitting there with like a list of so many things I should be doing, so many ways that I should be responding that I'm not responding, so many things I should be, just working on myself and growing in myself and making choices for myself, and not getting so lost in what the other person isn't doing that I am not focusing on my 100% and what I need to be contributing. And at the end of the day too, we can't make choices for other people. I'm in this mom's group on Facebook, and people comment on all the time, and they're like, my husband isn't doing this, and this, or he is doing this, and I don't want him to be doing that, and like all of that stuff, which super valid, because our partners, whether you're a man watching this and your wife doesn't do this, or whether you're a woman watching this and your husband doesn't do this, like, we're not going to get it right, and there are going to be a lot of times that we fail. There are going to be a lot of things that we do that are even unintentionally just like affecting the other person in a hurtful way, or intentionally hurting the other person in a certain way, or hiding things from the other person, or, you know, like, there's so many things that we do that are so wrong. And let's not go that big even. Let's say they take out the trash every Tuesday, or they're supposed to, and they forget on a Tuesday. And there are so many things that we can nitpick, even down to the little stuff like taking out the trash, which for some of you, you're like, that is the big stuff, but that's neither here nor there. If that's the big stuff in your marriage, then praise the Lord, because that is amazing. But, you know, there are so many of those things that we're like, they're not doing this, they're doing this, or blah, 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 blah. And all the while, we're just kind of wasting away in keeping our focus somewhere else instead of on ourselves. I feel like there's so many caveats to this, right? But I hope that you're like hearing my heart through it. That at the end of the day doesn't mean that we don't approach them and say, you know, hey, I think Tuesday is your day to take out the trash. Would you mind doing that? Thank you so much for all the other times that you've taken it out. Or could you please just start taking out the trash, because that would mean a lot to me. And, you know, like, there can be conversations like that, obviously. But if that is your sole focus of life, of trying to figure out, which I fall into this, of trying to figure out all the other things that the other person isn't doing, that's not good. And I'm saying that to myself. Like, I'm looking at myself in the camera and I'm saying, Anna, that is not good. Do not do that. That's not helpful. But I just wanted to get on here because it really stood out to me when she said that. And I had never, maybe I have, but as far as I know, I've never heard someone explain the 100 in that way before, that, like, you should be focusing on your 100. And encouraging the other person along the way. And they should be encouraging you. And that's all for now, folks. I'll see you around. Blessings.